The domestic cat, Felis catus, is a popular companion animal, sharing this role with dogs. In scientific classification, the cat belongs to mammals, the feline family, and the order of carnivores. There are different opinions about its status. Some scientists consider it a subspecies of the wild cat, while others consider it an independent species. Despite their hunting nature and ability to independently obtain food, cats are social creatures. They actively communicate with each other and with people, using a variety of sounds, smells, and gestures. There are approximately 600 million domestic cats in the world, represented by about 200 breeds, from fluffy Persians to hairless sphinxes. All of them are recognized and registered in various felinological organizations. Cats have been useful to humans for 10,000 years. They are valued for hunting rodents and other pests, as well as for their ability to give joy and relieve stress. In 1758, Carl Linnaeus gave the domestic cat the scientific name Felis catus in his work Systema Naturae. Later, in 1775, Johann Christian von Schreiber gave the wild cat the name Felis silvestris. In scientific literature, one can find various Latin names for the domestic cat, such as Felis catus domesticus, Felis silvestris domesticus, and Felis domesticus, proposed by Erxleben in 1777. In Russian-language scientific literature, both domestic cat and simply cat are used to denote this species. In 2003, the International Commission on Zoological Nomenclature defined Felis silvestris as the name of the wild cat, and Felis silvestris catus as the name of its domesticated subspecies. It was clarified that if the domestic cat is classified as a separate species, the name Felis catus proposed by Linnaeus should be used. Modern phylogenetic studies indicate that the domestic cat is one of 5 subspecies of the wild cat Felis silvestris, and its correct scientific name is Felis silvestris catus. However, in 2017, a scientific paper appeared proposing the allocation of the domestic cat as a separate species. Genetic studies covering thousands of cats around the world showed that all domestic cats are descended from at least 5 representatives of the wild cat, Felis silvestris libica, on the maternal line. It is assumed that the common ancestor of these cats lived about 13,000 years ago, which precedes the supposed time of domestication. The study of mitochondrial DNA of cats found in burials in Europe, the Middle East and North Africa revealed 2 waves of the spread of domestic cats. The first is associated with agriculture in the Fertile Crescent about 12 to 9,000 years ago, and the second with ancient Egypt, from where cats spread across Europe and North Africa. The steppe cat, which separated about 130,000 years ago, still lives in North Africa and a vast area from the Mediterranean to China. Genetic studies have shown that, despite the possibility of interbreeding between different subspecies of wild cats, only the steppe cat participated in the origin of the domestic cat. The domestication of the cat occurred about 9,500 years ago in the Middle East, in the Fertile Crescent, with the beginning of the development of agriculture and the emergence of the need to protect food supplies from rodents. The oldest evidence of cat domestication is a joint burial of a man and a cat in Cyprus, dating back to 7500 BC. It has been established that Cyprus was colonized by immigrants from Anatolia, Turkey, and Syria. Despite the widespread belief that the Egyptians were the first to domesticate cats, the earliest Egyptian evidence dates back to 2000 to 1900 BC. It has been proven that the domestic cat came to Egypt, as well as Cyprus, from Anatolia. Today, the cat is one of the most popular pets in the world. Despite a long history of domestication, most cats retain the ability to survive outside human habitation, forming populations of secondarily feral cats. Once in the wild, cats quickly lose their attachment to humans. They usually lead a solitary life and hunt independently, but sometimes form small colonies consisting of several females with kittens. There is no consensus in the scientific community on the degree of domestication of cats. Unlike dogs, which in the process of domestication became more devoted to humans and lost many hunting skills, cats retained their independence and the behavior of a solitary predator, close to their wild ancestors. Some scientists even doubt that the cat is a truly domesticated animal. In their opinion, cats themselves came to humans, attracted by the abundance of rodents in settlements, and established themselves in this new niche, where coexistence was mutually beneficial, humans got rid of pests, and cats received a source of food. Skeptics also argue that cats are interested in humans only for profit and are incapable of true loyalty. However, other scientists emphasize that cats' ability to be affectionate, playful, and purr to establish emotional contact with humans is evidence of domestication. Many cats show affection by seeking physical contact, such as climbing into a lap. There are cases of exceptional devotion in cats, exceeding the devotion of some dogs, which is especially surprising given the origin of cats from the most dangerous predators. The negative image of cats that developed in medieval Europe due to accusations of connections with the devil may also have influenced the perception of them as wild and suspicious animals. Despite the disagreements, most scientists are inclined to believe that cats are semi-domesticated animals that can coexist with humans but easily return to a wild lifestyle when contact is lost. Genetic changes in cats compared to their wild ancestors are much weaker than in dogs compared to wolves. It is likely that wild cats really did come to humans in search of food, and only after thousands of years did people begin to actively domesticate these small predators. This explains why the behavior of cats has changed little. Unlike dogs, the lifestyle and habitat of cats have hardly changed during domestication. Domestic cats on average, cats live about 14 years. Studies have shown that Burmese cats often live longer than other breeds, an average of 14 years. Maine Coons, Ragdolls, and Norwegian forest cats live about 10 years, and Persian cats about 11 years. There are known cases of longevity. The cat Cream Puff lived 38 years, and the cat Lucy lived to 39 years and was recognized by the Guinness Book of Records as the oldest cat in the world. Castration of cats and sterilization of cats have a positive effect on health. Neutering prevents testicular cancer in male cats, while spaying prevents uterine and ovarian cancer in female cats, and reduces the risk of mammary cancer in both sexes. Neutering female cats before their first heat helps prevent mammary cancer. However, neutered male cats are more susceptible to urolithiasis and obesity. Early neutering, before the 8th of September months, can increase the risk of urolithiasis. Stray cats. It is difficult to accurately determine the life expectancy of stray cats. One study found that they live an average of 4.7 years, often dying at an early age. However, some live up to 10 years. In urban settings, stray cats usually live no more than 2 years. In managed colonies, neutered cats can live significantly longer. The oldest known stray cat lived to be 19 years old, and the oldest stray cat was 26-year-old Mark. Cats are exposed to a variety of health threats, including diseases, infectious and non-infectious, parasites, injuries, and genetic disorders. Infectious diseases, including respiratory diseases, and internal non-infectious diseases are the main groups, along with surgical and obstetric gynecological pathologies. Invasive, parasitic, diseases, such as helminthiasis, are also widespread. According to veterinary specialists, up to 45% of cats are infected with intestinal parasites, including helminths and protozoa, Lamblia, coccidia. Kittens are especially susceptible to infection, with the prevalence of roundworms reaching 75% or more. Some tapeworms that affect cats can also be dangerous to humans if hygiene is not maintained. The most common cat diseases include calicivirus, microsporia, panleukopenia, rhinotracheitis, diabetes mellitus, toxoplasmosis, and feline chlamydia. Toxoplasmosis, which can also infect humans, is a particularly dangerous disease. Prevention of toxoplasmosis is difficult, since it is difficult to completely exclude infection in cats that hunt mice or eat raw meat, which is often contaminated with toxoplasmosis. Like other mammals, cats are susceptible to rabies and can infect humans. Infection occurs through the bite of a sick animal, most often a fox. The incubation period varies from 2 to 24 weeks, but symptoms usually appear at 4 to 6 weeks, and the animal dies 3 to 4 days after their appearance. Preventive vaccination can reduce the risk of contracting rabies and other infectious diseases. However, according to experts, the choice of vaccine and vaccination protocol require further research. Vaccination can prevent many infectious diseases and protect owners from dangerous infections. On the other hand, in some cases, vaccination, especially against feline leukemia virus and rabies virus, can provoke the development of sarcoma. Therefore, it is recommended to minimize vaccination, use vaccines without adjuvants, and give injections into the limb or tail of the animal. Domestic cats and their wild ancestors are diploid organisms with 38 chromosomes and approximately 20,000 genes. Cats have 250 inherited genetic diseases, many of which are similar to those in humans. Due to the similarity of metabolism in mammals, genetic tests originally developed for the diagnosis of inherited diseases in cats can be used to diagnose inherited diseases. Cats are also used in research into human diseases. The genes responsible for coat color are the most thoroughly studied. The codominant gene for red and black coat colors is located on the X sex chromosome. Therefore, red female cats, 20, are less common than red male cats, XY. Tortoiseshell, red and black or cream and blue, coloring is found only in female cats, not in male cats, with the exception of rare cases of tricolor male cats with a set of sex chromosomes XXY.